excited, and the information I have to share, I wish that was shared when I was a student in high school or even in middle school or whatever it was in preparation for college. But thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share this Community Financial Education Forum, which is presented by OIC 10K. And I would like to welcome each and every one to this information. And you might grab a pen, jot down some notes, or some of you folks, you might want to jot it on your notepad, whichever way, but we do have some valuable information for you. My name is Marlene Hurd, and I'm a business director here. And today's topic, we're speaking about college savings program, okay? And there are a variety of programs out there. And just heads up, the time to begin to save for your child's college education is when they're born. So you got the baby, you got the grandbaby, okay, it's time to start. Okay. So our introduction to college saving programs is they are designed specifically to help families set aside money for future education expenses, because that's going to come, okay? And there are various programs, and some programs, they may provide a tax advantages and investment-like growth opportunities. So remember, I didn't say that college savings program is an investment growth opportunity. I said it might provide some tax advantages and investment-like growth opportunities. So it will benefit you and your family in the long run. Okay. So then I'll show you the different types that we do that's out there for you to see. So let's look at one of the types is the 529. Okay. And that's a specific college savings plan. Okay. And so if you look even in this picture we're showing you, where you have one coin, then two, then a few coins going out. Okay. This college savings plan, it is a tax advantage investment account specifically for education costs. So the education costs can involve the tuition, the room and board, your books, anything that's pertaining to the college education. That's specifically for that, okay? And although it's the college, the 529, we have two types, okay, that can tell you about the prepaid tuition plans and the savings plan. And now the prepaid tuition, that's interesting because I remember when I did my undergrad at the time, it was $30 an hour, $30 a credit hour. So a 3 credit course was $90. And then when I did my post-grad, it was $300 a credit hour. So you see, that's a huge difference right there. So yes, if you can do prepaid tuition plans and savings plans, that's great for your children, grandchildren, family member, whoever you like to do it for. Okay. So remember, the 529 college saving plans, tax advantage investment, you can use it for tuition, for fees, for anything pertaining to that college education. Okay? So now we're going to go into the types that we have, and there are two main types of that. Okay? So let me tell you some of the benefits. Okay? It can provide tax deferred growth and tax-free withdrawals for qualified expenses. So now we will know that those qualified expenses have to do with something related to the school, related to tuition, room and board, something around that area that's qualified. It also allows a high contribution limit, often over $300,000 per beneficiary. Now that is good because today the college education, 4-year degree, yeah, it's getting costly. It also offers state-specific tax deductions or credits. So you might be in a state on the West Coast or somebody else on the East Coast, and the tax deductions or credits varies according to the state. The funds can be used at most accredited institutions nationwide. And we say most because there might be some stipulations for some. Okay. And then, as always, you would like to consider the risk and the considerations. because investments, they can lose their value based on the market fluctuations. Fluctuate, can go up or down. And again, it is limited to only education related expenses. Okay, so don't try to use it for something that's unrelated to that. Okay, so those are some of the benefits of the 529 college savings plan. Now let's look at another aspect of it. Okay. We have the ESAs, and that's the Education Savings Account. Okay, and this one offers tax-free growth for qualified education expenses. And in this, though, the maximum contribution of $2,000 per year per beneficiary. You know, the 529 before we said $300,000 up to per beneficiary. This one is a maximum of $2,000 per year, and the funds can be used for K through 12 and post-secondary education. So, like, I had my children in private school at one point, all three of them, and so something like that makes a big difference for K through 12. Okay, so that's your ESA Education Savings Account. And then we can look at another type here under the ESA, the different benefits we have with that. So again, we're looking at tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawal for the qualified expenses. So if you need to do a withdrawal, make sure that it qualifies for the tax-free, so you do not have to pay taxes on that. Okay, use your money wisely. Also, it's flexibly used because you can use it from kindergarten through 12th grade and post-high school. Now, the limitations, and I mentioned that before, was that it's a limit of $2,000 per beneficiary, $2,000 annually. So if the baby is not, like I said, the newborn, and we want to save, and says, okay, going to go to college at 18, that's 18 years, and I put it at a maximum of $2,000 in that would be $36,000. Of course, you know, college expense is going to be more, but that's giving you an idea. And then a person who can put up to $300,000, right? Then you have to find another vehicle to put that money in, and they're out there. Also, income limits for contributors phases out at a higher income. Remember, I just said there's one that could be up to $300,000. Okay. The catch with this is the beneficiary must use it by age 30. So don't be waiting until you're age 29 and a half and okay, now I'm going to go back to school. No, make sure that that beneficiary is going to use the fund. So these are some of the benefits and the limitations with the education savings account. Okay, and then we want to look at another type of account. So we spoke about the 529, right? And then we just did the ESA education savings account. And we understood so far that one of them allows us to put up to $2,000 per year. That's under the ESA. And the one before that, you can put up to $300,000 in the account. And it also shows that the higher the income level, I think the limits on the amount you could put there. So now we look at custodial accounts. And you can see there are two letters there, UGMA and UTMA. There's two different kinds. So the custodial account is a taxable account that's set up in a child's name. So just like, you know, somebody said who has custody of, okay? So there's a child and someone has custody of that account, and that account is managed by an adult. In this case, though, it can be used for any purpose, not just education. So the custodial account, you know, you can save it, use it for the education, use it for maybe, you know, when they graduate at valedictorian and you want to reward them with a car, that money is there, whatever. But, you know, that would be there. It is more flexible, but it lacks the tax benefits of the 529 plans or the ESA. So remember with the 529 and the ESA, we said you can do, it gets tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawal. And one of my associates, BD Erica, you said the word tax-free and you get a huge smile on her. So we can leverage what it is that we have to benefit our families and still stay within legal guidelines, we need to do that. And this is one way where we can start with preparing our children and grandchildren's college education. So this one, again, gives you flexibility because you could use the money for anything, but it lacks the tax benefits. And taxes are increasing. So if I can get a tax-free withdrawal and tax-free growth, that's something to consider also. So it depends on what's applicable to each family, right? So we spoke about, again, 529. I'm going to give you a little quiz afterwards, right? We got to talk about the 529, and we spoke about the ESA, and now we're speaking about the custodial account, okay? So I'm going to flip to my next slide, touch base on the custodial account. Okay, benefits. No restriction on how the money is used. That's why I said we can get that card for that high school grad, right? They made valedictorian. No restriction on how the money is used, and it can be used for a variety of expenses, not just education. But we specifically right now want to address, types of college savings. The drawbacks with the custodial accounts is the assets are considered the child's property, which may affect financial aid. So yes, if we have this account set up and then they're in college and they, apply for, I think, the FAFSA and the other things like that, that might affect the financial aid. I don't know to which degree. Again, those are things you'd look into. Also, there's no tax advantage on this. Remember, no tax-free withdrawal and no tax-free growth. And the earnings are taxed at the child's rate, but this may be lower than the parent's rate, usually because the child earns less. And then the child gains full control of the account at the age of majority, which is usually 18, typically 18, or in some cases, 21 years old. So that's the custodial account. Again, it is for the child. It is handled by the adult. And when the child gets to be 18 or 21, then the child takes over in that. But you do not have the tax advantages. No tax-free withdrawal and no tax-free earning on this one. But you can use it for anything, not just for educational expenses. Okay? So let me move on to my next one. And we're still speaking about types of college savings programs. So now we come to the IUL, or the Indexed Universal Life Program. And that is an insurance program that allows for cash accumulation with the ability to take advantage of the market increases without concerns of the market corrections or losses. And in this case, it can be used for any purpose related to college or not. So I can already hear the advantages in this, as you're saying, there's the potential for you to gain and the potential for you to not lose, and that it can be used for any purpose, not just college. Okay? And I'm going to go to my next one to share that with you right there. So now the IUL, Indexed Universal Life Program, advantages. Gives protection while saving for college. So I'm saving and I'm protected, right? Double duty. It also allows for cash accumulation and investment like interest crediting on accumulating funds without the risk of market losses or corrections. When the market jumps in and it says, when the market corrects itself, but then that money before would be gone, that does not exist in this case. Okay, you grow with the market, but when the market is dropping, you have a safety net. Okay, it also provides financial benefits in the event of a chronic or a critical illness or a critical injury. So that's an advantage that did not present itself in the other options that I presented. And the funds can be used for college education or other purposes. Okay. Now the drawbacks, and every one of them I showed you a drawback, right? The drawback with this one is that it must be approved by an insurance company. Right. So we had the 529, we had the ESA, we have the custodial, and we have the IUL. So these are just different types of college savings programs that we could put in place for our children, grandchildren. Some of the invites I sent out, I said, yeah, nieces, nephews, whatever. They got to go to school. Let's get something going in motion for them from now so that they can have it later on when they need it. Okay? So hopefully you got those down pat. And I would just like to say thank you for allowing us to share this information with our community. And we're looking forward to seeing you again very soon. And remember now, I'm going to give you the text on that. So what are the four kinds we talked about? We talked about the 529. We talked about the ESA. We talked about the custodial. And we spoke about the IUL. Hopefully, you can apply that to your family, to your friends, to whoever that has some baby, whoever has somebody that's going to be going to college, or you're hoping will go to college. We can get a head start on them right now. Again, thank you for allowing us to share this information with our community, and we look forward to see you again very soon. Marlene Hurd, you heard it. You won't forget it. Thank you so kindly.